Hey guys, and welcome to another stream, and today I will be playing Galaxy 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2, and Marcus is with me here on Game Chat. Oh, I can't.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't hear you for a second. I was just making sure you were there. Um,
Yeah, I am here, but yeah, sometimes my Switch 2 does not detecting my voice for a bit, but yeah, it's still working good. Yeah, we're here for Reese's Mario Galaxy 2 since I think all of us have been waiting for like at least 5 years because
yeah.
when Mario 3D All Stars released,
Oh, you cut out for a little bit since the
pretty
since the
much
game is starting up.
yeah. Since Mario Galaxy is only
They even have
only
yeah,
on
they
the
have like the little thing where you could check out the soundtrack here. That's pretty cool. Oh, you could
yeah,
select
same
you
goes.
could you could select it without the without the gyro, which is nice. I like how they did the menus. Like the menus are faithful to the original, like the Frutiger Arrow like 2000 style. I think that's pretty nice. I actually ended up getting like Galaxy and like I think I'll do Luigi for the icon. Unfortunately, you can't do a me.
No,
But
not the
yeah,
maze. They
but the
removed the
UI looks
maze.
nice.
Or no, they never add one. They never add the maze at the moment. But yeah,
I might just get Galaxy 2 since I already have 3D All-Stars. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's actually what I was originally gonna do, but I wanted the physical version. And I also I got a gift card. Yeah, that's my excuse for everything. I got a gift card.
yeah. I mean that's fair. I have the Mario 3D All
But yeah, I
Stars
wanted the
Australian copy.
so I ended up only paying like $30 for the physical version of this for like both Galaxy and Galaxy 2, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and of course, I certainly gonna get one someday. First it's gonna be the Galaxy 2, followed by Kirby Air Riders, and finally Donkey Kong Bonanza. Because yes, I'm definitely gonna get that soon. But yeah, it's so cool. Oh no, where is it? Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, I just go this way. Okay. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've played Galaxy 2. I've only played through Galaxy 2 once. You know, I think it was either like last year or like 2 years ago, I forgot. But I haven't
Genuine.
100%ed it yet, so now I guess is the time for me to 100% it.
Oh, Starfy. I mean, the Lubba is officially canon.
Oh,
Oh my god.
what did Starfy say?
Yeah. Yeah, let me read that. Can't wait for stupid people to call Galaxy woke just because of trans Lubba.
Uh, you mean Lubba. I think it's I always pronounced her name Lubba because I think Lubba sounds funny. I mean, I know Luba makes sense. It's like Luma, but I just think because Lubba because it's like spelled similarly to like Tubba Blubba and Grubba or Wubba like from Mario Wonder. But I've always called her Lubba just because I think it sounds funny. But I'm curious. I'm gonna create a poll. Actually, I'm gonna have to do this on desktop. Let's see.
Seven.
Do you call her
Lubba spirits.
do you pronounce her name do you pronounce it Lubba or Luba? I'm gonna create a poll here.
Oh god, here it comes. Well, pretty much like how I call Pokemon Legends ZAS Tata.
How
As how they call Nuta.
you
Just without the N, but just the
pronounce
Ta.
Lubba?
Which is funny.
And regardless of this poll, I'm still gonna be calling her Lubba, because I just think that name sounds funny.
I mean, that's really accurate though. Lubba. Lubba. Yeah, the seven spirit Lubbas.
Yes, I have
Over there. It's so funny.
the 7 Lubba spirits. Hey, Lubba is winning by quite a lot. I've heard Nintendo Land call Lubba Luba. But I just think Lubba sounds better. It's funnier.
Alright, I'm gonna mute the call. I'm gonna mute my own mic, but I'll be back in around 15 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah.
Also, let me know how the audio sounds. Also, I definitely like the updated textures here. I know there was, like, a little bit of controversy about, like, one of the screenshots, but I would say this looks pretty good. It would have been nice if they did update the models, too, but I can understand why they didn't, because this is really just, like, a small remaster. Oh yeah, it's definitely nice to see that they fleshed out her character more. I hope she appears in Mario Kart World as a playable character. That would be incredible. As well as like some more of the Donkey Kong characters. But yeah, this looks really good. I would say it's definitely not like super high effort, but I would say this is a pretty good way of playing Galaxy 2, and I guess Galaxy 1 as well, if you don't already have 3D All-Stars. Also, they also like added the modern Mario font as well. I mean, I know I use that for like most of my like recent videos, or I guess over the past few like the 5-ish years, I've been using the modern Mario font for my thumbnails and things. But yeah, I instantly recognize whenever they change the font in a game to like the modern font, because they added the modern font to like the Thousand Year Door remake, as well as the Super Mario. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was in the Mario RPG remake as well. Like most remasters and things get like a font upgrade, I would say. But my history with Galaxy 2 is interesting. Because I did play this game like a little bit as a kid. I didn't own it. But I did have a friend that owned it. And I remember like one time I was at his house and he was playing it. I forgot which level it was. I'll probably recognize it once I get to the level. But it was like one of... I thought it looked pretty interesting. I think I probably did have Galaxy 1 by that point. But yeah, I never really got around to fully playing through Galaxy 2 until, like, last year. I have played Galaxy 1, like, many times. But, like, yeah, like, but the thing is, I do absolutely love this game. Like, since I played through it last year. The older font in the Wii version of both Galaxy games, I mean, oh, the textures look good, but I don't like the new font UI here. It just looks wrong after seeing the more Mario-esque, in, bolder Sunshine font. It looks out of place here. I mean, I respect your opinion, but I personally think the modern font is fine. I kind of like the consistency. It's not like I know some people like associate it with like the generic new soup era, but honestly, we've seen it used for like many like Mario games now, including like Thousand Year Door, like Odyssey, and different things. So it's like I don't really associate that font with that era anymore. I mean, I guess it's just because of like being used to that older font. I could definitely understand that, but I personally don't have a problem with it. I don't get why people think the font change is bad when the franchise has been using it since 20. Yeah, yeah, Galaxy 2 used it with the spine. That was actually one of its first appearances. The Mario Wiki usually credits 3D Land to using the font. I think they mostly mean the first game that fully uses that font. That's probably what they mean by that. But yeah, I think one of its first uses was on the Galaxy 2 spine. So I definitely don't think it's out of place here. Here we go. Oh yeah, it is the spooky month. It's Spooky's from Pac-Man World 2. It's his month. Also, I've really been enjoying Pac-Man World 2 Repack. That is an incredible remake. Bandai Namco actually did a poll recently that I did, like kind of giving feedback. Um and one of the questions was like, do you want a Pac-Man World 3 remake or a new Pac-Man World game? And I said yes to both. Because I think a Pac-Man World 3 remake has like the opportunity to like iron out all the flaws that the original game had. And of course, we all want a new Pac-Man World game. So I think both would be incredible. I actually made a GIF of Spooky doing the dance. Yeah, I saw that. I think I reposted that on Blue Sky. We have Lubba. I'm excited to read the new storybook chapters. Also, let me know how the audio sounds. I think I might need to turn it up a little bit here. Just let me know if it sounds okay. think that's good. It is a little quiet, but I think that sounds a little better. Kim says you didn't wish him a happy birthday, Reese. I'm sorry. I forgot. Is Kim watching the stream right now? Is that why you said that? Because I could wish him a happy birthday here, but I was really busy this week. I had like a couple projects that I had to get done. I was going to send it, but I just forgot. Hawkman has a jetpack, and no nose. Spooky has a cape, and Oliver a better look. Yeah, I think Spooky's design in the remake looks incredible. The costumes in Repack 2 should be his alt skins in a hypothetical Smash game. I agree. But yeah, Kim, if you're watching this, happy belated birthday. I'm sorry that I forgot to send it on Discord. You can clip that and send it to him. Lubba, clubba, tubba, blubba, grubba, wubba. Yeah, even though I prefer the Comet Observatory, I still like Starship Mario. And also, like, since they added story elements to Galaxy 2, like, it's now peak. Like, this is, like, the only thing Galaxy 2 needed. I mean, I know it didn't need it, but, like, it definitely adds some of the spectacle back that Galaxy 1 had. Which is one thing that I wanted to see from Galaxy 2 again. Or Galaxy 2, like, in general. So I'm glad they added it. Said it's fine, he was joking, but he wants his kablooey cake. You're gonna have to ask Kablooey for that. But I could ask Kablooey. Currently working on 100%ing every Mario game. Well, good luck with that. That sounds like a pretty big task. Hey, Sushi! So I've been playing a lot of Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. Oh yeah, that game. I actually, like, that game isn't that, like, I kind of like it a little bit, I would say. I know it's kind of bare bones, but these grass textures look pretty good. Though there are some, like, textures here like this that do look, like, a little weird, because they're just using, like, they're just being very faithful to the Wii version. Yoshi. I want to see how Yoshi feels with the gyro. Whoever says Yoshi is, like, the first time Yoshi was properly adapted into a 3D Mario game is spreading revisionist history, because Mario Sunshine handled Yoshi perfectly fine. Well, alright, but not bad. Have to get used to that. Okay, there we go. That's how Yoshi okay. That's how Yoshi controls on the Switch 2. Okay. I wish I could use mouse controls in single player. You have to use multiplayer, or the second player has to use mouse controls, which is just really weird. Go. Go. How are you using the cursor? I'm doing gyro. Yeah, it's like exactly how it is in 3D All-Stars. I was a bit worried how Yoshi would control, but I was sure it would be. I kind of had a feeling it would be fine. But yeah, it controls pretty well. There we go. Also, we're at this point we have like all of the console 3D Mario games on the Switch and Switch 2. I'm wondering at some point if we'll get like 3D Land, or like I think that would be pretty cool. Like if they did like I saw like I think I saw the thumbnail for like a Nintendo Land video about that. But like a like 64DS in 3D Land in like one collection. Honestly, like a remake of 64DS would be really cool. 64DS is the best version of Mario 64 in my opinion. But I do think it has some flaws that need to be ironed out, and I also want to see the minigames return. You think a Galaxy 2 is more possible than ever because of all the love for the Galaxy stuff? Galaxy stuff has been getting as of late. Yeah, I honestly, at this point, I definitely think so. Especially because we're getting a Galaxy movie. And, oh crap. But yeah, I think, so the Galaxy movie, this collection, the fact that we're even getting amiibo figures for this collection. But yeah, I definitely have a feeling that we're gonna, well, a very good possibility, at least, that we'll get a Galaxy 3, honestly. It really seems like they're kind of preparing for it at this point, honestly. A few years ago, if you asked me, like, if I wanted a Galaxy 3, I would have been like, we should get, like a Odyssey 2 or Sunshine 2 instead. Because I feel like those games need, like, a chance for their ideas to be fleshed out more, like Galaxy 2 fleshed out Galaxy 1's ideas. But honestly, I do think there's, like, a lot of unique things they could do within the Galaxy formula as well. Like, imagine if they did a more open sandbox-style Galaxy game. I think that's definitely possible.
Yes. Welcome, Corte Munch 437. Oh.
But yeah, I definitely think, like, Galaxy 3 is possible in the near future. Also, can you read the chat a little bit, Marcus?
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I'm back. Just having a little bit of a routine, so yeah.
Okay.
Hang on. Yeah. Taking a shower. Oh hey, Connor is here. So okay. Rixie, you think the Switch is like the new version of the 3DS because the 3DS games we're getting remakes of like Miitopia and Tomodachi Life now? All we need is just Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot.
Also, Mario & Luigi Dream Team. We need that game to return, like a remake of that game, or either Dream Team or I know Partners in Time is a DS, like a original DS game, but like still Dream Team would be pretty cool as well. Like if it wants to be the true like successor, or I guess like system that has like 3DS remasters.
So okay. Oh, okay. Thomas says, "Hey, Risi, I was feeling kind of depressed, down the world events and all that. I actually ended up skipping school on that day. Mom was not amused. Things may go better, but I'm going through a lot."
Yeah, I hope you're doing okay, Thomas. We're definitely here to support you. But yeah, I hope things.
Yeah.
I really hope things will go better for you. Because I'm really sorry to hear that. Is he huffing too much copium? Are you talking about the Galaxy 3 thing? Because honestly, I feel like at this point, Odyssey 2 is more copium than Galaxy 3. I was on the Odyssey 2 copium train for like years. Or originally Odyssey DLC. Oh, for Mario and Luigi. Yes, I am. I know. I'm all. I usually always am for like the Mario RPGs. You think it?
And yeah, I can see what is happening over there. The entire Mario planet.
I do think, Connor, I do think it could happen in October. I don't think Legend Zaza will really impact anything that much. Nintendo usually announces things anyway. Usually they have like a game-specific direct like a month before the game releases. And Sakurai said, I think he said he was working on the next one. So I think it will be like sometime in like maybe mid-October? I'm guessing.
Oh yes. Okay. Let me. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Let me check that. Okay. Connor also asked about. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Zaza thing before the direct. Yeah. Thomas said, "Yeah, look, man, I just tired of seeing all of this doomer news posts. I keep seeing all over social media, including YouTube. I understand that. Lots of terrible things happened over the past couple of days." And okay, Rico Lee says, "Imagine Super Mario Universe combining Bowser's Fury and Galaxy together by having both a seamless Mushroom Kingdom and a seamless solar system of Galaxy to explore with sandbox move." Yeah, Monty the Gold, of course. Let's go. I always call it Tata, never ZA. Zaza. For me, it's literally called Tata. It's in because yeah, you know.
Also, this is where that song originally comes from 3D Land and 3D World. Oh crap. That's okay. I swear, it's just been a little while since I've played it like a Galaxy game. There we go.
Yeah, the Yoshi always running. Come on, eat it. Ah,
Okay, I just need to target multiple at the same time.
There's too many Goombers.
There we go.
There's too many Goombers.
Oh, I spawned out of it before I could get the 1-up mushroom. How big that Pokemon Legend Zaza. No, you're smoking that Pokemon Legend Zaza. I mean, yeah, I guess you can.
Is better, LMAO.
Goombers.
Just doing how I call it the Koopas.
Legends Arceus is better. I'm pretty sure Legends Arceus will be better than Zaza. From the footage that I saw in, like, the overview trailer, in Demich's recent video, like, it really... Like, honestly, it kind of looks a little boring to me. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Oh yes, yeah. Let's not forget. Apparently, the release date for the Galaxy and Galaxy 2 is being coincidental to another platform. Have anyone heard of Ghost of Yotei? Yes, it is releasing on the same day as Galaxy and Galaxy 2 releases, and yeah, they held a lot of midnight launch over there, which is wild. Because I can't believe that there's a lot of people like it. Because, well, it's actually a follow-up to Ghost of Tsushima.
You know, the funny thing is,
which recently got
Ghost of Tsushima released on the same day that Origami King released. So I think that's kind of a funny coincidence there. I think it was like either the same day or like around the same time as Origami King.
Oh yeah, it's July 17th. Oh my god! I didn't know that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, here's like the follow-up to I basically dubbed this the follow-up to Lackey Thunder from New Super Mario Bros. DS. It's basically the 3D version of that boss fight.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that the PS4 version of the game is literally releasing the same day as Origami King, which is wow. It's a very amazing coincidence as well. Two of the Japanese themed stuff. Like one is origami, one is a based off a warrior of Tsushima, a fictional warrior. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Well, to be fair, both of which are from Japan, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
There we
gonna
go.
lie, Japan might be nothing without these, like the Nintendo, Sony, and many other card makers and stuff.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, I wouldn't necessarily say that the country is like it like the companies are like the only thing kind of making the country interesting. Because I mean, there's also like the culture, like in like the food, music, like everything else. I wouldn't necessarily say like the companies are what, like just the multi-billion-dollar companies, because like when I say like but I mean there is like a lot of interesting things that come out of those companies, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I do think it's like we should kind of like respect and kind of look at the culture as well.
Yeah, of course. Of course, let's not forget about that. Alright, okay, so speaking of which, recently Microsoft decided to like doing something crazy with the Xbox
Lucky
Game
Thunder's
Pass.
cat. Oh yeah, they increased the price. That is crazy. Honestly, I'm not even like a huge fan of the idea of Game Pass, because you don't even own the games. You basically just like
Yeah, the Netflixification of the games.
I hate the subscription-based model. I mean, I begrudgingly accepted the Switch Online thing, because at the very least those are like I mean at the same time though, I kind of wish we wish you were actually able to own those games, but like at the very least, like there's a good selection, and but like in Nintendo's like main games are still like available and everything, but like yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of the idea of like a subscription based model for games.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
for,
Stuart,
even and the
what's
thing
up?
is, before anyone says like streaming, like oh movies and TV shows are mostly on streaming services, I'm not even too crazy about that either. I mean, that's another thing that I kind of begrudgingly accept. But like I kind of prefer like having a physical version of something, because I own physical versions of like the shows that I like Breaking Bad. I still need to get Better Call Saul on like DVD or Blu-ray. And also Futurama, The Simpsons, Family Guy, older Family Guy, not modern Family Guy. Though I'm not as ridiculous and unhinged about modern Family Guy as a certain King Ollie themed YouTuber is. I'm not going to elaborate for anyone who's who's confused about the context, or confused and wants to know the context.
Yeah, it's just really baffling for me when they decided to like doing a classic bait and codification. So, and I mean, they should not do that. Microsoft, you can't do that. Like, bro, you're a $1 trillion company. You want to go into a quadrillion?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say, in terms of like how bad video game companies are, I would say like Nintendo and Sony are kind of like hide in their scumminess. I mean, some people like to say, "Oh yeah, like Sony is so much worse." I don't think they're like terrible on. They do make horrible decisions sometimes, like Concord. But I would say, like, objectively, they're like Nintendo also does some really crappy things too. Like, I mean, the fact that this is set $70, I didn't pay $70 for this, so at least I can say that. But with $80 games with Mario Kart World, like the Virtual Boy thing being $100. And then on Sony's end, they have like the PS5 Pro, which is also like outrageously expensive.
Yeah.
So I would say Nintendo and Sony are like equally scummy, I would say. Oh, and Nintendo also has like shutting down like fan projects and things like that. But Microsoft is so much worse than both of them, I would say. Is Microsoft, I feel like they sit on so many, like they buy up all these companies and sit on their franchises, like Rare with like Banjo-Kazooie and like some Conker and so many others, and then like Activision with like Crash and Spyro.
Yeah, not gonna lie, like, bro, like, after Microsoft purchasing so many game studios, they were like one step closer to do the funny. But then they didn't, because I think they definitely know what happened next.
And not to mention that they like laid off like thousands of employees earlier this year. So and then they're doing the Game Pass thing now. I would say Microsoft is definitely like the worst in the industry. They don't even have like the Xbox brand is kind of dying at this point too. Like it's not like very slowly, but like still it's like they're calling everything an Xbox. Yeah. So like if everyone's an Xbox, then no one is. So
I mean, yeah, I gotta say this is like a typical $1 trillion company behavior. Bro, like,
have you heard of Lubba the Hutt?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, recently, like, Xbox was removed, I mean, the hardware itself being removed from Costco, because Microsoft was, like, using tariffs as an excuse to raise the prices, but bro, they're, like, multi-trillion-dollar company, and I have no words, actually.
You know, it's very fitting that the company with the CEO, like, who said he'd kill someone if they raised the price of the hot dog, removes any Xbox products from the store. I think that is very fitting, honestly.
Yeah, if you raise the prices, I'm gonna remove you guys from my store. And I think they did. It's just a matter of time for...
Honestly,
I don't know what happened.
If you want to play, like, if you want to have a good, powerful console for, like, playing games that, like even the Switch 2 struggles with. I mean, I think the Switch 2 is a perfectly competent console for most people, but, like, if you do want, like, a higher-end console, I think the PS5 is probably pretty good. Well, the Xbox Series X is just kind of... There's not really, like, a point in getting one, in my opinion. I honestly kind of want to get a PS5 at some point. Mostly...
for Astrobot.
Astrobot, but not just because of Astrobot. There's also, like, a few other exclusives that I want to check out on there.
Maybe Expedition 33?
Yeah, that might come to Switch 2 at some point. That seems like a game that would probably, run on Switch 2, I would say.
I hope they're gonna releasing it in the game card and not the key card, but then again, I have to let it slide for NBA 2K26, EA FC26, as well as a Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated, because they were way too huge. Like, how many gigs on that? Like, I think at least 68 all the way to 90. But until Nintendo introduce 128 gigs on the game card, I have to let it slide for the time being. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna.
But you know, even though I'm kind of crapping on Microsoft right now, you know another thing that I hate? Like the whole like console war and console arguments and things. I also think that is pointless. That is why I'm saying that I think it's perfectly valid if you like the PS5 and like want a PS5 and everything. I just think like Microsoft is like one of the most anti-consumer scummy companies right now. And I kind of hate the fact that I still have to, like, I mean, I kind of want to switch to, like another operating system at some point. Like, it kind of seems like most of us are, like, forced to use, like, Windows and everything, even though Windows 11 isn't very good.
But we were use it anyway because...
Yeah, because I don't really want to use Linux either in...
Oh, yeah! In 2 weeks, you're going to the whole world is going to witnessing the biggest e-waste event in history of humanity. Like, I thought Windows 10 is going to be like something like Apple did, like they stick with number 10 forever, but then they turned it up 11 4 years ago. So, it's
did Windows 10
I guess.
Did Windows 10 shut down yet, or is it still because I know it was gonna shut down this year.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. That is
Yeah,
actually crazy that they're shutting down or not shutting down. I mean, like, ending support.
Unsupporting it.
Yeah, ending support for Windows 10 this early, I would say. That is actually ridiculous.
But
if you want to hear of scumminess from Microsoft, right there.
I mean, to be fair, Windows 10 has been there for like 10 years. It was like their standard support. But then again, could have been a bit longer. Like,
but what I think Windows XP was supported until 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like
that
was a few years longer.
I was using that until 2016 when the hard drive go out. So yeah, I got a laptop from then on.
Hey. They're just ending security updates for Windows 10. I mean, still, like, it still kind of sucks that, like, since Windows 10 was, like, a very popular operating system, like Windows 7 or, like Windows 7 and XP, it's definitely up there. Go. There we go. Still use Windows 10. Although I just got a new laptop a few months ago with Windows 11 on it. Yeah, I've been using a Windows 11 laptop since 2022. I mean, Windows 11 isn't terrible. It's not like Windows 8 or Vista levels of bad, but it's like it's kind of like it doesn't really feel that necessary. I would say there wasn't like enough changed with it, and it can be slow sometimes. Okay.
So bad.
Console wars are stupid, and none of the companies are our friend. Period. And that's okay in how it is, and people need to accept and realize that. True. I absolutely agree. When do you think we'll get a trailer for the Mario Galaxy movie? I'm thinking fairly soon. Maybe I'm thinking either this month or next month. Hopefully.
I hope that they're not gonna do the delay again, because the last time a Mario movie comes out, I remember that. It's like we got 2-week delay because of unknown reasons. So I hope that
Captain
this time
Toad.
they're not gonna I hope that not gonna delay that again. Like what they did with Sonic movie last year. Like last year Sonic movie was like, yeah, it was released a week before, but mine was like on the Boxing Day, but luckily they have some screenings from Christmas Eve, which is good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I just hope that they're not gonna doing the stupid delay thing on when the Mario Galaxy movie comes out, because it is. I mean, they need to take this thing seriously, because yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely think it's possible that we could see the Mario Galaxy movie from the Game Awards.
Oh yeah.
There's really no such thing as a pro-consumer company. Yeah, that's true. Like especially for like multi-billion-dollar companies. It's like also like it's like the saying. It's like there's no such. Oh wait, I could hear myself.
Wait! No! It's just my.
Okay, yeah, because
yeah.
I could hear you for a little bit there, but yeah, it's like the saying that there's like no ethical billionaires. It's kind of like there's no pro-consumer company. It's just something like it's just kind of like a fact of reality, I would say. Kind of. It doesn't mean all of them are evil. It just means like it's just kind of like a like just with companies, it's you're not really gonna have one that like because the main goal of companies are to make a profit. That's really like the main thing that they care about. And I mean, yeah, they'll care about the consumer to get there, but still, at the end of the day, their main goal is to make a profit. So.
Yeah. Hold on, let me. Oh. Let me open the door. Is this raining? No, I hope it's not.
That's why, like there is like an actually like an ethical version of an organization that is called a non-profit organization. Well, at least some or most of them are. Hopefully, most of them. But there we go. Do you think Aquafina should play Lubba? I'm not sure. I think there are better choices than that, though. Oh, I love the Fire Flower music in the Galaxy games. I wish the music didn't restart when you got like another one though. There we go. There we go, I made it past there pretty quickly. I'm gonna try to get that one up mushroom.
Oh gosh, it is raining. Oh no.
Okay, well, that's fine. I have enough lives. Remember those Nintendo E3 Robot Chicken sketches? Those were hilarious. I agree, those were funny. Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3! How about this instead? I should add that to the soundboard. How did I not have that added to the soundboard yet?
Who the hell is Reese? Who the hell is Billy Dog?
Why me? I only have 26 coins!
That game just gives me this feeling of giddiness, like there's all these tingles running up and down my nipples.
I like being bored. It's exciting.
Wait! Is this Paper Mario? Paper Mario! I was just playing a bunch of the sound effects that I have on there.
Alright, Reese, I gotta get going, so I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye. I also invited Anton. Hopefully he can join at some point. Oh, the music in this galaxy is so good. Also, did they improve the camera, or was it like this in the original? It's been a while since it feels better than 3D All-Stars as well. Because I think that the camera was, like, kind of one of the problems that I had with the Galaxy games. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're some of my favorite games of all time, but that was one of the nitpicks that I had with them. Because the camera was a bit wonky. But yeah, the camera feels like it's definitely more controllable now. Unless it was like that in the original, but I don't know. It's the same camera. I don't know, it's probably just like the placebo effect of using the Joy-Con 2 to play it. That's probably what it is. It's probably because I was just in the open area there. Also, Anton, you can join me on game chat if you want. Actually, I'll go ahead and call you if you're able to join. Okay. I like how you can still select in the game, when you're doing that. Yeah, I'll just start the chat here if you're able to join. Question for you: if Nintendo announced a Switch 2 version of Thousand Year Door, but it was not a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, with an upgrade pack, you instead had to buy it for $60 again, would you buy? Don't ask these questions to me. They're just like... Because I know, like, how much I hate the, like, you know how much I hate the, like, upgrade thing, but, like, Thousand Year Door is my favorite game of all time. No. I would... Actually, this is a bold thing to say from me, but if Nintendo did something that scummy, I wouldn't buy it. I'm just gonna say that now. Or, realistically, I just sell my copy of the... No, I wouldn't sell my copy. I cherish that copy of the Thousand Year Door remake. No, but I'm just gonna say, like, without my Paper Mario bias, that I wouldn't buy it. Just because, like, that is... It's a pretty scummy decision. It's like why I'm not buying Sonic and Shadow Generations for the Switch 2, despite the fact that I really like the game. It's just... I would be nice to get that upgraded version, but... I'm not paying, like, $50 or however much it costs to get the game. The cosmic clones. If I knew that there wasn't going to be another cloud flower that spawned in the planet, I probably wouldn't have immediately jumped in the water. Also, did you know the Bomps? These are the characters that were also in Hey. Oh. I guess Anton had to do something there. Okay. So... Oh, your system needs an update. Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hey,
I'm in.
can you hear me?
Hey. I can hear him. I'm just gonna put on my
Okay.
volume, I guess.
But did you get
There we go.
did you get Galaxy 2 or the collection?
Yeah. I got it. I did. See, like I'll show you. I got it. You know. I got the collection,
Yeah, I actually,
the 2 games.
I ended up getting it physically, like the whole collection, because
Oh, you did.
yeah, because I actually donated blood the other day, and I actually got a gift card from doing that, and I I ended up getting like a Best Buy gift card, so I just
Oh, that's
decided
good.
to
Honestly,
get the collection in general, because I actually didn't buy 3D All Stars like physically, because that was like back during the pandemic, and like I wanted to get it like right when it came out for the channel, and everything was like delayed when you had to like ship it, but now I'm kind of making up for that now, and I only paid 30 USD for this with the gift cards, so
yeah. Because how much is it? Is it $70?
yeah,
USD.
70 USD.
Oh, it's not like, to me. It's not. I don't think that's that bad a price. Like, I can get here. It's like 100. Like, okay, that's a bit crazy. Like that I understand. But I, don't
I
really
think the
get
thing
big deal
is,
why 70 is so expensive, because that seems like how much.
well,
a lot of stuff is that price.
I
now.
would say though, to be fair, these are older games. Like Galaxy 2 is 15 years old. Galaxy 1 will be 20 years old in a couple years. I would say for that, like, for how old these games are, oh,
Well, I mean, the Pikmin
they changed the
collection was
they
a bit
changed
cheaper, right? I guess that's what we're kind of comparing to a little bit. But
yeah.
also, when you look at Skyward Sword, that was also, what, that would be $60 US, right? And that was just one game. So if you think about it, 2 games.
But they changed the bank toad. They changed the bank toad.
Twilight Princess HD, and they put it at $70. That'd be good. What was that toad before? I don't really remember.
Yeah, the bank toad, like I think it like it's stored. Yeah, it's stored star bits.
Ew. But now I guess they increased the cap or something.
I'm not sure.
Anymore. Like, so why is he gone?
I don't know. It's just weird. Like look, I'm gonna go up and talk to him now. Yeah, it just talks about Amiibo now. It's just so weird.
But like,
actually,
is he gone because?
Can you tap any Amiibo? Let me see.
I think other Mario Amiibo work.
Let me use the Bonanza Amiibo. Oh, you just get star bits. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting changes that they've made.
Yeah.
I like the menu though. It's really nice. And the buttons as well. Apparently, they made them look all the same across the games because the buttons actually look different in Galaxy 1 than Galaxy 2. So they kind of they like unified them.
Yeah.
Like.
And I also like
font. I actually think it looks really nice.
Yeah, I like how the menus still have like that kind of Frutiger Arrow kind of like 2000 style look to them. I'm glad they didn't make it like oversimplified. Yeah, it still like looks very Wii era-esque.
They kept the Galaxy 2 buttons because they ported those over to Galaxy 1. Because Galaxy 1 had like slightly different, more detailed buttons. The Galaxy 2 buttons that were better. So I'm glad they improved stuff. The fonts have been updated too. Like, I think they did a pretty good job. Again, it's like, they're not going to remake the game, so I think it's pretty much as good as we can possibly get. They added extra stuff too. There's the music too. There's like, get the music collections in there. I know some people are saying we're like extras, but I really don't know what extras you honestly need for a game like this. Like, what, a model viewer or something? Is that what people want?
Actually, maybe an art book would have been nice, though. I do think, like, an art book...
Oh, looking at some of the concept art?
Yeah, like, kind of like the Paper Mario games and, like, the Thousand Year Door remake.
Yeah, I guess they want to sell that separately, right?
Probably, yeah.
They want to sell that separately, probably.
Or like, they should have, like, for...
Chronicles did.
Yeah. But,
yeah, to me, I think if you look at each game, how much they are a nice one package, I think it's in US dollars, I think it's okay, because there are plenty of like games that don't have as much content and are priced at 60, so at least you got 2 games, and this is like $10 more. Now in Canada, $100, it's an interesting choice, I would say. You know, no game has ever been that much before. Like, actually, except for Donkey Kong Bonanza, that was the only game I ever paid that much for. And then has a new game and everything. Am I still gonna buy this? Yeah, of course. Okay, because I'm probably gonna order, I think, from Amazon maybe this collection. I think using a gift card, I think I might buy it.
Also, one interesting thing I wanted to show you, I'm not sure if you knew this, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. But it actually, when you put in the cartridge, it actually shows up as two different, like,
Yeah, 2 different things, like
yeah.
Pikmin did that. I don't know if you did you get the Pikmin one?
No,
Physically?
I got it, well, yeah, I got it, but not, physically. I got that,
Oh, no? Oh.
yeah. Because I wanted to get it, like,
yeah,
right
because
when it
they
came out.
first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
However, I
ended
did
up waiting, 'cause
did
like,
wait for Metroid, though.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember, because, like, to me, I waited. I was like, I don't want to have 2 copies of it. Like, I wanted to have the physical, so I waited. Which I didn't mind at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's 2. They do that for some games, which I really like. I think it's a cool thing. I forget that there's a few other games. Is there another game that does that? No, 3D All-Stars doesn't do that. This is the one. Is there another that does that? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna order this Galaxy 2 on Amazon, I think. Better for me to order on Amazon.
Go.
Actually, hold on a second.
I like the fact that there's like a lot of
check
dragon
upstairs
characters
to
in the
see.
Mario
I can
universe.
order it actually. So I can get it soon.
Like, I mean, between like Gobblegut, Hooktail, Fractail, Lord of Lightning, and Odyssey. Go. But this is a pretty good boss fight, too. Okay, I missed that one. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of Fractail. There's also another boss that reminds me of Fractal, that, the Freako Dragon from Anton Blast. That's also, like, another really good dragon boss fight as well. Like, you literally send it to Brazil as, like, the final move at the end of the boss fight. There we go. Also, I'm really looking forward to reading the new, storybook pages. Hey, got the first Grand Star? What's your favorite movie, Reese? Just curious. My favorite movie is The Matrix. The original. Yeah, it's definitely a classic. But also just, like, really interesting of a concept as well. I've liked it ever since I was 12. I actually dressed up as Neo from The Matrix, the character that Keanu Reeves plays, when I was 12. You think the next 3D Mario, would maybe be a Super Mario universe instead of Galaxy 3, when it's still in space, but you're exploring a universe instead of being similar to Galaxy 1 and 2? That's definitely possible if they want to make it more distinct while also kind of like having the identity be somewhat similar to Galaxy 1 and 2. That's possible. This is a really good Galaxy as well. The music is also really good here, too. Oh, I was just off by a little bit there. I was so close. It was longer than most, like, of those, big note things. The fiddle and the music is so good. Yeah, the music here sounds really good. Oh. Oh, that was a little unfortunate. Oh. What's the name of the modern and classic font for this franchise, especially since they've both been synonymous with Mario for so long? They actually don't have an official name. Actually, the new one is just called the Mario font. That's like, I think that's literally just what it's called. Um, but the classic font I don't think has an official name. But one interesting thing that I saw was that Mario Sports Mix actually used an early version of that font. Since that kind of released like around the time they were like transitioning between like those two fonts. Paper Mario also had its own distinct font that they used before they used the modern font from but they used like their own font between like the original game and Sticker Star. Yeah, Sticker Star still used like the original Paper Mario font. But the only part of the game that used like the modern Mario logo was like the logo. Or the only thing in the game in general that used the modern font was the logo, but everything else used like the Paper Mario font. Then for Color Splash Origami King and the Thousand Year Door remake, they used the modern Mario font, which honestly
Okay,
I'm kind of okay with, because I kind of like the consistency. Oh, yeah, I was just talking about Mario fonts.
Okay.
Because you know how, like, like, how this remaster changes the font to use the modern font?
Yeah.
But yeah, But what are your
I want to ask
thoughts?
something.
What are your
What do you think? Oh, maybe you're gonna ask me the same question.
Yeah. Oh, you were gonna ask me like what are my thoughts on the modern font?
I was gonna ask you actually. I mean, okay, I was actually gonna ask you something different, but yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
I actually really like the modern Mario font. I like the
Me too.
consistency.
Yeah.
I like how it has like there's some consistency.
I prefer it to the Mario 64 one.
Yeah, that one actually originated in Super Mario World. I think Mario 64 kind of made it like a little more distinct though. Well, that's like the first time they used it in 3D.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like a higher resolution kinda, right?
Yeah.
But I was actually gonna ask you, what do you think about that new Sora 2 AI?
That
I don't
is,
know if you've
it is a little
seen
scary.
any
I'm not
like,
gonna,
demos of it.
I'm not gonna lie. It
Isn't
is,
like some of it's creepy.
yeah, but it's just scary how like
I know.
accurate
It's-
things are. I mean, like
Like,
there
you
are
take a
some
video of
there
yourself.
obviously are like some imperfections, but like yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah,
seeing
you-
we're gonna be
there
we're
are
gonna be
things-
seeing a lot of brain rot with that, a lot of slop.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be like the new Italian brain rot like HD. It's gonna be like crazy stuff. Right, and we're gonna see more. Yeah, I think it's impressive and it's very like technologically, like there are probably cool things that we can do with it, and there's a lot of brain rot things we do with it. But also some like scary things. How it's like people can actually like you can allow them to use yourself, your like character essentially, and do anything you want, which I've seen is pretty insane.
Yeah.
And that like people are making videos of like the CEO Sam Altman everywhere. We go to like see SpongeBob and stuff. I sent you some demo footage if you in Discord you can watch after. It's just really impressive to see how it works. The thing I find very interesting is how it's like you can ask it like make a SpongeBob like skit or something in the style of, for example, Sponge on the Run style, or like you can say make it 2D, like it knows multiple. Cause I mean, they just dumped everything in existence in this model. I think that's what they've done. They've dumped probably every TV show, every YouTube video. Because people like the stuff I've seen is pretty insane that you can do.
Yeah. What do you think about
People are
Mario
trying to
3D
get
Land?
access to
I like 3D Land. I think it's pretty good. I would say
Yeah, it's good for the
it's like yeah, it is generic, but like
3DS.
it's like it's not it's a good Mario game, but not anything mind-blowing, I would say. I still want them to re-release it at
Yeah,
some
I
point so
agree.
we can get like all of the 3D Mario games like playable
Yeah,
on like a
probably
modern
did, like, a
Nintendo
rework,
system.
like not Tomodachi, like Miitopia, probably on the same level of like reworking the game to be a bit more modernized and refined, but it'd be pretty neat.
I forgot it's the,
I'm glad it's taken them 5 years to do this game.
yeah.
But is it true that they changed that like this version of the game recorrected like Lubba's a girl?
Yeah,
I think
actually
I've seen that. Is it true or not?
it is true.
Uh,
Is they
'cause
like
that's a
I think
very
in the
interesting
new
idea.
storybook
Ah.
pages that confirms that now.
But I mean, did that even interesting? Because apparently there was
Oh,
some
CR,
lines.
okay.
Because I think maybe Nintendo of America just didn't really. Because apparently in the German,
Yeah,
other languages, it was correct, but maybe they didn't really know, which could be the thing. But that's really interesting.
yeah.
So how are you finding the performance? Is it good? Like, it's running perfectly?
Yeah,
probably?
the perform. I haven't really had any issues. It seems to be running really well on Switch 2. It
Yeah,
also
I mean, I
looks
would think
it looks pretty
if
good
it did
too.
normal, I think that'd be a major issue.
Because this is like 4K, probably upscaled 4K, but it
Yeah.
looks good. It looks really good. It's at least running at 1440p if it's upscaled. So yeah, this does look really good on Switch 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna order the game so it comes on Saturday because I don't need it right now, but I'm gonna get it then. What's let's see. Rick Lee says same along with 64DS, but I don't. 64DS would need to be completely remade from the ground up in order for that to work.
Yeah,
Or,
I
like,
do think
significantly reworked.
I actually do really want like a 64DS remake. I think like instead of like just remaking
Well,
like
I
Mario
think the thing that they would
64.
have to do, yeah, they'd have to like pretty much remake 64 and add that content, or remake that version of the game, right? They'd have to
Yeah.
do a full remake because just putting the DS game and like trying to make it work would just be kind of a disaster with the way that the Switch 2 is and the way that the DS was. So people are saying like, oh, just a remaster. It's not really possible to do with like a game like that. Like some games, it's more plausible and you can rework it, but
Yeah.
so we'll see.
But yeah, at some point, I think it would be nice if the game was like fully remade from the ground up.
Yeah.
There we go.
I do also foresee now 3 stars is the only way to play Sunshine. Well, not as of right now, but also probably the best way to play Sunshine because it's in the widescreen.
Yeah, because
version,
like
right?
once it comes to
Because
Switch
even when they add it
Online,
to MSO, it's not gonna have it.
yeah, and it's gonna have that weird microwave border as well. I can't believe that, like, even after, like, the big rebrand for Nintendo Classics, the
yeah.
fact that they're adding, like, GameCube games, they still have that microwave border that they've been using since the NES games. That clearly wasn't intended for, like, N64 and GameCube games on there. Because it just, like, it's just a little weird, in my opinion.
Like, why isn't there just an option to turn that off?
Yeah.
Or, like, set the background that you want, like the NES Classic. Well, no, the SNES Classic had that, right? So, I do find that weird. Wouldn't that be pretty cool to make like an ultimate version of Super Mario 64?
Yeah.
What I like though about Nintendo is like we have to wait until like an anniversary to get like a good Mario game or some remake or something, which I like. You know, like the fact that Thousand Year Door, like 2024 and 2020, like 3 felt like anniversary years, and they weren't even the anniversary.
Yeah.
With the amount of new stuff that we got.
But yeah. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be streaming, but I do want to stream for a little longer. This Galaxy 2 is peak.
Yeah. And interesting they added this book element to this, because I feel like that was the one reason that was kind of holding this game back.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, it doesn't have a storybook, so it's not nearly as good. But now that it has it, it's like, okay, you can make an argument that this is better, or just as good, or like, you know, I mean, people say this game is better anyways, but they're pretty much on par now.
Yeah.
Even though I think most people prefer the Observatory, though.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of level design and pure gameplay, I would say that Galaxy 2 is better.
Yeah. You know, do you think they're actually gonna do a Mario Galaxy 3? Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, I was actually discussing that earlier in the stream. I definitely think it's possible. Because of all the Galaxy
me
stuff they're
too.
doing right now. Either that or something similar.
I do think it's very possible.
Like, earlier in the
Yeah.
stream, Nintenguy, brought up the idea of a Super Mario universe, like a game that, like, kind of has a fairly similar idea to Galaxy, or even, like, has, like, some similar elements and, like
Mario
identity and
plus-
theming, but, like...
Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope.
Oh, wait, what were you saying?
Isn't it called Mario Galaxy Spark? I'm not Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, you know, when you think about it, that's pretty much the Galaxy. Well, it's not Galaxy 3, but it's kind of the closest we got. But I do actually think we are gonna get a Galaxy 3 or something around that idea for like 2020.
Wait a second, that was just a...
6 or 2027. I do think that
that one screenshot saying that this texture was bad was a lie. It's literally just the lighting that's weird. Okay, I will say, yeah, it is the lighting that's weird. But people were saying, oh, the textures are awful.
Oh,
yeah, but look at this.
Well, now I see,
it's not even bad. Look at that.
No.
It looks. It's like that's fairly faithful to the original. But when you zoom out here,
people were like,
that's just the lighting.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, because people said that it was. I watched the video. It's like, oh, it's gone. I was like, why would they remove a texture though? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the texture's still there. It's just the lighting's a bit strange.
The lighting, yeah. Maybe they refined the lighting with this game anyways. That's probably what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks completely fine.
Hey, DG, an awesome Ocelot.
Yeah, texture isn't gone. So I was like, yeah, why would they remove the texture? It's kind of weird. But I'm glad it's
yeah,
the same.
There we go. Okay, I didn't realize it. Okay. Of course, typical internet making mountains out of molehills about everything. Man, is that just annoying. Honestly, 3D All-Stars is the definitive way to play 64 Sunshine and Galaxy with the quality of life things and make them so much better, especially, since you own the games compared to, NSO, where you don't. Yeah, I agree. And I feel like that made it even more disappointing that it was only a limited time thing, because despite the fact that they didn't really add much to it, and it was still kind of bare bones, it, I think it is still, like, a really good way of playing 64 and Sunshine. And Galaxy as well.
Yeah, I would say Sunshine is probably what it's going to be valuable for. You know, it's valuable for a lot of people with Galaxy, but I think really when you look at it, it's like the only way to play that specific version officially of Sunshine with that widescreen support. Like, yeah, I wish I had 60 frames, but at least it does have that widescreen. It looks pretty good. So
yeah,
I do think though that this is probably the best. I mean, this is the best version to play Galaxy.
Yeah.
Galaxy 2. I mean, well, the only way to play Galaxy 2. Well, on Switch, but I do think it's definitely better than playing it on the Wii. But I'm glad that these games came out pretty quickly as well. It's not like, oh, they're coming out in January. At least they released them pretty quickly.
It's so weird how this anniversary... I think this anniversary actually is better than the 35th, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I see some people saying, "Oh, this is so
it's not as good."
Yeah, I see so many people saying, "Oh, this is so disappointing compared to the 35th." No, like, what are
if you compare them,
Yeah,
they're pretty much identical, and this one actually has more games.
And it also doesn't have any limited time games either. I think the limited time games is way worse than a game like being $70.
Yeah. Well, because when you think about it, what we had for that event was we had 2 games. We had All Stars and we had 3D World, right? We had those 2, with one of them being limited time. Okay, you got those 2 products as 2 games, and then you had Mario 35 as a limited time download. You had the car, right? The car, what's it called? Live Home Circuit. And then you had the Game & Watch. Like, those aren't really, I would say, full games or anything.
Yeah.
So really, when you think about it, it was 2 main things. That's it. Whereas this, you have Super Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2. You have tennis. You have a new tennis game. You have Yoshi, new game. You have the movie as well. So they're going to extend into that. You've got, what's it called? I guess you could count the Virtual Boy with the Mario game, the Mario stuff on the Virtual Boy. I guess you could count that, even though it's on the anniversary.
Did you mention Yoshi yet?
Extra stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
There's Yoshi.
Yeah.
And there's also.
And I think Goodfield Yoshi has been pretty good. I really like Crafted World, so I have confidence that this Yoshi and the Mysterious Book will be good.
Yeah, I think people are just expecting some other title to be in there. Which I understand. I think some people are expecting like the next 3D Mario game to be in this collection. But I don't think we're there quite yet. I do think we could happen for the end of 2026. And also another thing I like to point out, which a lot of people kind of forget about, and I kind of didn't think this properly either. The Switch 2 isn't even a year old yet. It's like a few months old. And think about how many games we've gotten for it so far. And I mean, the Switch 1 had a lot of games in that like year as well. But think about how much of them were games that were smaller or, you know, I mean, there were some big ones in there too. But when you look at the quantity, we're actually getting more games now than we are then.
Yeah.
So, right, we actually, and back then as well, you had. Well, I guess you could argue like the 3DS games that would have released during that time are now actually Switch games, like in terms of quantity. Like Nintendo's making the same amount of games. So I would definitely say that like Switch 1, Switch 2 first year, even though we haven't had, like, you know, some people might argue we haven't had a main 3D Mario game. But if Nintendo keeps just this momentum, it's better than 2018, which was not very good. I think a lot of people tend to forget that 2018 was a fairly okay year, and it didn't really, Nintendo's offerings for games didn't really increase until, like, really that, when Mario Party came out, and then you had Pokemon, the Let's Go games, which were okay, and then you had Smash Bros, and then it was game after game after game after that, right? It was, like, constant. But when you look at that time in 2018, it was fairly dead. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, back then it was... But like, I'd like to argue that I think we're probably getting more consistency now and better games now than we were during that period of time, so...
Yeah.
Like, it would be cool if they did a Luigi's Mansion 4 or something. But I think that we should save those all for next year, because we are getting... Also, that's the thing, too. This is on top of Metroid Prime 4, this anniversary, Kirby, Air Riders, I'm gonna summon Connor, and also, what else? We have another, oh yeah, Pokemon. But when you think about it, the Mario anniversary for 2020 only had Hyrule Warriors, and that was it, really, right?
Yeah.
And then we had that Kirby spin-off too, but when you think about it, we're getting way more stuff now, plus the Mario anniversary stuff, than we did then, so we're actually doing pretty good. I think It's just kind of, I think when we think about it, it feels like the console came out in March because we had a bit of like a nothing going on, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it messes like us up, because it was only Xenoblade Chronicles X that came out earlier this year, and that was kind of it. Between between Donkey Kong, like we got pretty much nothing in February, and then we got when did Xenoblade come out? Was it March or April? Let me see. Xenoblade XDE came out. When did it come out, this game?
Oh, X Definitive
I'm just
Edition?
looking online. Yeah. When did X Definitive Edition come out? Was it March or April?
March.
March. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I know there was like a month gap, or
Yeah.
well 2 months between like that and the Switch 2.
Yeah, we also had April and May. We didn't have anything either. So I guess that's when you think about it. It was fairly dry in the beginning of the year. So I guess when you think about people, tend to think, oh, 2025 the games. Because yeah, we did miss those months, and that was annoying. But I think having a few months for Nintendo to make some new stuff was always good. I mean, we could be Xbox or PlayStation, which we don't want to be.
Yeah.
We're spoiled compared to those guys. Well, PlayStation has like one exclusive per year that could be on PC as well. They're not doing so well, and Xbox is just like over.
Oh
They're
yeah.
increasing their prices. Like, what's going on? Like,
I
what?
was saying like earlier in terms of like how scummy companies can be. I would say Nintendo and Sony are kind of like equal in that regard, even though I do think like Nintendo is better at games. I would say like their business practices between Nintendo or Sony are kind of like about equal. Because I don't really want to be biased, I would say, as a Nintendo fan. Because like Nintendo does have some weird things.
Sony can make really good games, and they can make a good library of exclusives.
Like Astro Bot.
Yeah, like that's a cool game, and like if the PlayStation 5 had more games, I mean not like exactly like that, but close enough to that where it's like very creative, very unique and fun games.
Yeah.
On top of the big budget stuff that they're making, like why can't they get more studios to make more PlayStation exclusives? Like I don't really see the big issue with that. But the thing is, even exclusives that they did have, like Patapon and stuff, that they could have been like, oh, this is exclusive to us, no longer an exclusive. They don't really care, and I think that's the thing, they don't care. Whereas Nintendo, the exclusivity is everything Nintendo, but I also think that you can argue with the Switch 2 that the console's now just as important as the games, whereas back then, like, really the Switch 1, like, the game is what carried it, even if the hardware wasn't as good. So, but Xbox has, like, nothing, though. Like, you can play all this stuff on PC.
Like, they're sitting on top of...
anyways.
They're sitting on top of dozens of franchises that are dormant right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. If they really wanted to, I know they had, like, a big plan for their Game Pass, but we've seen this time and time again. Google Stadia tried the same thing where they bought a bunch of studios who want to make a ton of games. They're like, okay, we're going to make a ton of exclusives. We're going to build a Stadia brand and make it into, like, you know, a large thing with all these companies. And it failed, and then all these companies shut down, and it's like, well, that didn't work. You know, they had all these exclusives, but it didn't work. Xbox tried the same thing, right, with getting Activision Blizzard and all these studios, and have only produced a handful of games.
Yeah.
And they could be doing way more, and they could have said, oh, Toys for Bob, make us a new Crash Bandicoot game. Make a creative new idea, and we'll put it on Game Pass. But the problem is Game Pass just isn't doing well, and it's just not making them the money that they need. The fact is that, you know, they shut down all these studios and got rid of, like, the one good exclusive that they had for, like, what, 2023, 2024 was that, what was it called? Hi-Fi Rush? And they were like, well, we're gonna get rid of that too. It's like, what are you doing? You know, I don't like, they're not doing so well, so they try to make now their subscription more expensive, which is just a big mistake when Sony charges, I think it's like, well, less than $200 for a year, and you get full access to hundreds of games, isn't it, or something?
I'm not sure.
Or is that $180? Like, it's pretty good value for the amount of titles that you can just play whatever you want. For the highest tier. But for Xbox, it's just, they don't really have that. And also what I noticed as well when I go to the store, the game store, you have a pretty, like, I mean, the largest section is Nintendo, right?
Mhm.
And then you have a decently sized PlayStation 5 and 4 section. And then they have like a little small shelf or a little small thing with some Xbox games. Like, that's how they kind of treat it now. And I mean, I think what's going to happen is Xbox is just going to be like, okay, we're just going to attach our name to consoles, or let's be like a hardware company.
Yeah.
Right? Which always sucks for these franchises that they own and for these companies, even if some of them weren't as great. But I mean, we're seeing across the board, like, I mean, EA just got bought up too, right?
Oh, yeah, that was
So
a
it's-
thing.
Yeah, which is really interesting. I mean, honestly, has EA done anything good in the last however? No. I mean, I'm glad. I'm excited for that Plants vs Zombies. I think that's actually really neat.
Yeah.
That they're doing that. I'm probably gonna get that because it looks really neat.
Is that getting a physical release?
I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be digital. Which,
If
I mean,
it was,
it's not
if it
expensive,
were,
so it's fine.
it would probably be a game key card on Switch 2 anyway.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Well, if they don't want to spend any money, that company.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just EA has also a lot of franchises that they're sitting on they could do stuff with, and they only care about like the ones that have the microtransactions are making the most money, instead of being like, oh, let's invest in some other creative IP and ideas, or some other franchises to bring new life back into them. And same with Ubisoft, right? They have a lot of stuff. So Wrigley says, once 3D Mario's announced or shown, people won't have room to complain about Nintendo's balance of both bigger and smaller stuff anymore. We're gonna get the big stuff, guys. It's coming, yeah. Soon. I mean, like a new Smash Bros. You could argue we don't really need it. And weirdly enough, they actually updated the game apparently recently, so we could get like a Switch 2 edition to that. I could see that happening. Like, why invest in a brand new game if you can just refine the game that already exists?
Yeah.
I think that's when we're like, oh, they can do, but I'm pretty sure they can just do a better version or Smash Ultimate like Switch 2 edition, because it's not like they can, like, back then we kind of had the issue of like, okay, if you make a deluxe version, you call it Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe, which would make kind of no sense, right? Because it's like Ultimate and then the deluxe version is like, but now if you just tag Switch 2 edition onto Smash Brothers Ultimate, that makes complete sense. Like, okay, add more characters, add more stages, some new modes, maybe some new story content or something else. You know, it's easy. They could opt to make a new game, but I think if they do make a new game, they'd have to go with a Tekken 3D style, or they'd have to make something slightly different.
Yeah. And also, the thing is, I think we might have to wait a little bit for like a Smash Ultimate Switch 2 edition. Since Sakurai and his
That's the
team
thing, yeah.
are working on Air Riders, so I don't think.
And I assume we're gonna get some updates and content for that too. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's gonna be completely done with it, right? So we do have that. You know, I do think Luigi's Mansion 4 for next year is very likely.
Yeah.
I think 3D Mario's coming soon, but I would say the one I'd probably guess, Luigi's Mansion 4, I think is the one that I think we're gonna get first. It's the next big one. And then some people are saying Animal Crossing, but why would they make like Tomodachi Life and Animal Crossing so close to each other unless Animal Crossing's like right at the end of the year, since we have Tomodachi Life first. But I think
I don't know. I think they're different enough. Actually, I've noticed Nintendo didn't say
you
that.
have to spread them out a little bit.
Nintendo-
right? You can't make like them within months.
The one thing that I noticed though is that Tomodachi Life doesn't have a proper Switch 2 edition. It'll probably get an update, but I don't think it's gonna get like a. I don't think it's gonna
The Switch 2 edition?
Yeah, like I think there's like I think I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering if the reason why there isn't a proper Switch 2 edition is because they might be doing an Animal Crossing.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think they just decided not to release Switch 2 edition because it doesn't need one.
Yeah, I'm just
So,
thinking
I mean,
like
how much. Like,
I'm just thinking
about it,
like
Switch 2 editions also have to do with new content and like improvements, and
I'm just
I
thinking
don't
since
know how many improvements you can make to a game like that.
yeah, though I would say the game could look like I do think they could like fix a couple things on Switch 2. Like I do think it would look a little cleaner if it was on Switch 2.
I mean, that can just be an update though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look at like
but-
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive. I mean, that didn't definitive edition of that game didn't get a Switch 2 edition. Like post launch or something. I mean, they didn't done an update for that one. Now they kind of have to put an update for games, but I don't think just because they're not releasing a Switch 2 edition doesn't mean they're not like. I mean, I can see the Animal Crossing game come out, say, in October or November, but it's not like I expect it to come out like June or something. Like it would be a decent amount. Let's see. Connor says, "Recent Anton, I can't believe how much Nintendo is making on Kirby A Riders, like a $70 game and 50 each for the amiibos."
That is
I mean,
crazy.
$70 now is just kind of the amiibos is kind of insane. Like that I think is a bit okay. Like that's kind of crazy. Although I will say that they are expensive also because of the tariffs as well. So it's not just that they're too greedy. You know, there's other factors in there as well, right? Like in
Yeah.
Canada, they're way cheaper. They're like $10, $15 cheaper for the amiibos. So I think that makes sense. The game is they're definitely trying to make more money on the games, which I think is fine if they're making good games. The game is worth the value, and it has a lot of content in there, then for sure. Let's see, Christian Anton. Okay, I know I said this previously, but Anton, do you think the second Kirby Air Riders Direct could happen this month in October or November? Probably October. I don't think they're gonna wait until the month of the game.
Yeah, they
Because
usually.
also there's really nothing else happening in October besides Pokemon, which I know you mentioned. I seen your comment before mentioning that Pokemon could be that's the reason they skipped the direct, but we also had the last one was in August, right? Or was it?
The week before Starcross World too.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter if a title is coming out or not. So they're probably just gonna slot it in maybe sometime next week. Maybe I could see them just putting it out. They'll probably announce 2 more amiibos, and they're probably gonna announce some of the new characters as well, some extra content, some of the story stuff. I would kind of look at it like how Sakurai did the Smash Bros. I don't even remember that direct right before the game came out where they announced the last 2 characters. Or was it the last 2 or was it the last 3? Wasn't it just Ken and Incineroar that was the last 2?
Yeah.
So it'd probably be something like that. So we're gonna get information on it very soon. I expect an announcement relatively in the future. So we're probably gonna get that soon. It's gonna be exciting to see more about that game. So, Reese, are you excited for that game?
Oh, wait, which one? I wasn't paying attention for a second.
Kirby Air Riders.
Oh yeah, that's my most wanted game right now, or my most anticipated game.
Yeah. Be cool. And maybe we'll get some more Kirby next year.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably the next mainline 3D Kirby game. Well, I'm guessing 2027 for that.
Yeah, I do wonder if it's gonna be something else or it's gonna be based on Forgotten Land, but considering they just did the Switch 2 edition, I don't think they have any plans in the immediate future to make a new game in that style.
Though
Or to
I
make a
would
new
say,
one. Or do you think they could?
I would say though, HAL usually has like a history of like hinting towards things and kind of having like a long connected continuity for their games. So I would say, I could definitely see the next game being like a follow-up to Forgotten Land. Because we saw like, way back with the Dark Matter trilogy that they kind of like had a story going on for like 3 different games. They also like to kind of call back to things, and I feel like Starcrossed World, while it is pretty good, I would say it doesn't feel. I don't think it really shows the full potential of the lore that Forgotten Land introduced. Because like we know that there's like human characters, but they didn't really reference that in Starcrossed World, and they said that they had like space travel and things. So I think that's something that could be explored in the next game. Like, maybe we can, like, actually go to, like, a planet that's, like, that actually has people on it. I think that would be interesting.
And maybe they could explore that, maybe. It's, like, multiple. There's, like, so many dimensions that they could go to in Kirby. It's, like, infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. I just wish that they would put more updates for these games. Like, I'd like to have an update for Star Allies. That'd be nice.
There's the Skeeter design that they used in Mario Kart World. You know the Skeeters that were originally in Mario 64? Like, those enemies that kind of, like, they kind of glide around on top of the water. Like, the water bug enemies. But their design from Galaxy 2 is the design that they used in,
Yeah.
I like how they froze it now.
The textures look nice. You didn't look pretty high quality now.
Yeah.
A lot of people it's gonna be their first time playing this game.
Oh yeah.
And Galaxy as well. Do you think that the 3D All-Stars, though,
Connor, I'm sorry, but please,
high prices?
I was gonna say, please don't spam, Connor. We we could read your comments at any
Connor,
time.
In the amount of time that you've spammed this stuff, you could have just written your comments.
Yeah,
don't
you could
to stop talking just because you have to type.
Yeah.
We'll answer the question as it appears. We're not gonna stop the stream talking.
We will read your chat once we're done. Like it's not like you're actually on the call with us.
Exactly.
Because we would have seen your comments and everything after the our conversation.
Yeah. You need to chill a little bit. Because, you know, it is a stream, right? So...
Yeah. I think I'm gonna end the stream after I finish World 2.
Keep speaking. Exactly. The game looks so nice. Like, with the backgrounds and everything. They knew what they were doing.
I'm gonna do like a regular like mission star. There's another one on Cosmic Cove. So Anton, when was the first time you played the Galaxy games?
So, Galaxy 2. Well, okay, Galaxy 1. I got for I think my birthday in either 2008 or 2009. I was really young. Maybe 6, 7 years old, maybe 6, 7. Yeah, that wasn't intentional. But that wasn't intentional. But maybe around that age. Maybe around that age that I got
Yeah, that's around the age that.
that game, and
Yep,
I played it.
that's around the age that I was when I got Galaxy 1.
Yeah,
But Galaxy 2,
and like I played it, and I had no idea what to do. Like I played through the intro because that's what I remember playing, and I was like, this is pretty cool, and I liked it. Maybe I played the first level. I actually don't remember, because what I do remember is, like, or maybe I played with my dad and we played it a bit. But what I remember, at least, is, what I understand is that I didn't know how to, like, progress. I didn't know how to go into, like, you know when you click the star thing and you, like, hover into the galaxy and get to pick the level? I didn't do that, so I was stuck on the observatory forever, essentially. So I never really got, like, I played the game, like, I guess I'm nostalgic for, like, maybe 1 or 2 levels, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, like, oh, I remember it was so much fun. And maybe I played 1 of the levels. I don't really remember. Maybe I did, because I do remember that first level a little bit. You know, and that's what I remember playing. Like, my dad was also confused. He thought the game would be like New Super Mario Bros. I think
I remember you telling me that one time.
Like, right, which is funny. Yeah, so because it's like, it's not really, and even like, so it's like for me as well, I never really played a Mario game before that, so I didn't really know what I was doing, and Randy didn't know what was supposed to be going on anyway, because it's a very different game, right, compared to those.
Yeah.
It's closer to like 64 in terms of some elements. You know, and it's funny because they could have just got me New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and I probably would have understood that way more. Really had that. I didn't even have Mario Kart either. I only had Galaxy as the Mario game that I had, Mario Power Tennis. So I got the game, and that's kind of what I played of it, and then, you know, like, even with the Wii, I hated playing the stuff on the Wii because the batteries were just so awful. I don't know if it was your experience with the Wii. Like, now I find batteries a bit better, and now it's like, you know, because I think we also at least leave them on or something too, the controllers, or we didn't use it right, or because we were kind of sharing controllers, me and my sister. So I just remember, like, constantly having to, like, swap the batteries, and it was really annoying. Like, obviously now you don't have that much problems with it. And I also use, like, rechargeable batteries now, so it's not an issue. But back then it was just really annoying, so I didn't really play the Wii as much as I should have for some games, because the Wii was all I really had. And then, like, you know,
You had Wii
as I was
Music.
playing games like Nintendo stuff, as I was getting into it, I learned there was a Galaxy 2. And I learned that Galaxy 2 existed, and I was like, wait, what? A second one? There's a second one they made?
Yeah, I found out
And
from
then,
a
you know,
friend who
eventually
had
I got
it.
that on Kijiji. Yeah, I didn't even know it existed until, well, like, when I started getting back into Nintendo stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. And I played quite a bit of it. I don't know if I finished it, but I did play it quite a bit. I got, like, pretty far into the game, and then, you know, then I played Galaxy, like, and then I also started playing Galaxy 1 again, and I pretty much got almost close to the end as well with that one. But then they made the Switch one. I was like, let me just play that instead. I beat the entire thing, and I got most of the stars in the game. So that's kind of how I done it. Now I'm going to play both of the games again. So they're very playable. That's what I like about them. They're very, like, some Mario games, maybe Mario Odyssey, you could argue maybe isn't as replayable, because once you know the things are, then it's like, okay, you know the secrets, you know the things. The first time with that game is probably the best experience, right? Whereas with a game like 3D World, and this game, they're very replayable. So even Sunshine, because of how it's a bit more, I mean, it's open, but it's linear in terms of like the missions, right? You still gotta do those missions anyways. And yeah, same
Oh,
for
these things. Yeah, I remember these things are
Odyssey,
also
but
in
Odyssey, you gotta differ.
These things are also in 3D World. I forgot their name exactly. But they're like the little the purple things that like kind of like electric.
Let's see.
You'll recognize them once you
Oh.
see them.
Yeah, I think I remember those. But yeah, but now that the games are going to be on Switch, it's gonna be great to just have them playable anytime I want. I mean, well, the
Yeah.
first game we've had playable for a while, anyways. But it's nice to have them kind of just separate and the best versions of them, right? At least then you have this game too, and they have extra content as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very happy that they've done this. I do find it weird that for the Mario 35th anniversary, they kind of treat this game like it didn't exist, though. I did kind of find that funny.
Yeah. I
And,
remember that.
I don't know if you remember that. Like a lot of like, I remember they were going through like Mario history and stuff, and they just completely would just erase this game from existence. And I was like, wait, what? They cover everything
Yeah.
except for this game, and it was like. Maybe in like one or two things they mention it, but from
If they
remember
mentioned
most of
it
the
though,
mainstream
Nintendo would
marketing
never
material
hear the end
and
of
like
it
the
from fans.
presentations. Yeah, I think they may have mentioned it in like a legitimate. I think they had like on their website for the 35th anniversary, like every game or something. I'm not sure if you remember that they had like every game like of all time, like every spin-off, everything. And I'm pretty sure the game was in the list, but that was kind of like a more obscure thing on the website. But you know, it was interesting how they didn't include it. I mean, well, if they did include it, they would have charged more. And I think maybe that was their idea as well, but if you think about it, it didn't make sense for them to do that because at the time they couldn't charge more for a game, right? It wasn't really a thing for them to do that.
Yeah.
So, you know. I think the thing is the fans have to kind of understand, like, would you rather have the game $100 or would you rather have it, or not $100, I mean, would you rather have the game $70? Or would you rather have limited time and $60? Like, which one would you pick? Obviously, you'd pick the, you know, non-limited time, bit more expensive approach.
Yeah.
Right? That way everybody gets a chance to play these, and so...
Also, after
I do think
this
that's
stream, would you
really
be
good.
interested in doing like a discussion about like the Mario 40th anniversary, like comparing it to the 35th, just from what we know so far?
Sure, yeah.
But also, I'm gonna
Yeah, we can do that.
read this one comment. Since it's it's a 40-year-old franchise, what was your first experience with Mario, and what made you made you fall so much in love with Mario as a character and as a franchise? My first ever memory of Mario was way back when I was only 3 years old. This would have been in 2007. When I was like getting my haircut somewhere at the place where I usually went for that, there was an arcade machine there for Arcade Mario Bros. I think there was like a reissue of that arcade machine like the early 2000s, so it was probably that. But I remember like just looking at it. I didn't actually play it because I was really young, but I was looking at the screen and it showed like the little demo that it plays, and it just like with Mario and Luigi like jumping around. I just like a very like early memory of that. But the first Mario game I played, would have been probably Mario Kart Wii, I would say. Since I got a Wii, like, around 2008. And then shortly after that, I got a...
Yeah, probably at the same time for me, too.
Yeah, shortly after that, I got a DSi, and got New Super Mario Bros. And 64DS with it. Actually, no, I think I got New Super Mario Bros. First, and then 64DS, like, shortly after it. So, which were my first, 2D and 3D Mario games, respectively. And then I played Galaxy, like, a couple years later. First Paper Mario game would have been Super Paper Mario. I played, at my aunt's house around, like, 2010-ish?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it was with Mario. I guess it'd probably be Galaxy. That would be the first time I guess I would have played a Mario game. And then some of the other stuff on the Wii. But I mean, most of my Wii games and stuff were pretty much garbage.
Were they, like, shovelware?
Yeah, like, the thing is, back then, the only games I really had to play that were, like, decent, I guess, would be a few Lego games, and I had Wii Music. I played that a bit. I had some bunch of other shovelware, and I had Mario Power Tennis, and then I also had Mario Galaxy, and that's about it. And Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Wii Sports Resort was probably the game I spent most of the time on, though. But I didn't have any other, like, good games. It wasn't really... Because I remember as well going to... Also, I had Endless Ocean as well. But the thing is that we used to go to the library to rent games out, right? We'd go to the library, get a game, and there was nothing ever good. Maybe there was, but maybe I didn't really know anything. But for example, like a Mario game, I probably would have played it if I knew what it was. Or like if I'd seen a Mario game there. Because I remember we eventually did get Mario Kart Wii for like a weekend or something to play. And we also got... I think that was it. But like most of the time at the library, we rent like for my sister like a Dora game or something. So and like I think I waited like 2 weeks or something. It was either it was like a long time. I think it was 2 weeks to play Wipeout on the Wii because someone had like a bunch of people had rented that game and I really wanted to play it.
I've played that game before.
I didn't really Wipeout on the Wii.
Yes, I played. I don't have it, but like it was like
because I have the two of them because I got the second one eventually. But, you know, it was funny because, you know, maybe if I actually had gotten, like, another, like, good, like, maybe if I had, like, New Super Mario Bros. Or something, maybe I would have been like, okay, I want some more games. I do remember, though, wanting to get, I saw, like, a shop, like, I think it was EB Games, I saw it. I saw Wii Party, and it was like, oh my gosh, I have, like, another, like, Wii series game, and I wanted to get it, and I was like, why you want that? He's like, oh, you're not buying that, right? Funny, because I probably spent, like, what, twice the amount of that game's worth. It was like the bargain bin, like, they were getting rid of it. And now I have that game, and it probably cost me double how it would have cost. But, again, it's like, you know, I had a lot of garbage stuff on the Wii, so I didn't really get the experience of these are good, like, a game can be much more. I just kind of was like, because that's the thing too, I would get so much garbage stuff, and they would be like maybe an hour or two at most of content of like a new game that like say someone would get for me. And it's like, okay, I play 1 or 2 hours, and it's like a bunch of mini games, and that's it. And I'm like, you know, this sucks. And I'm like, I don't really want to play the Wii. It's like a lot of trash stuff for it. So I didn't really know that like you could play like a full like RPG or a full game. I thought games were like small things. I didn't realize they were like large, right? So it wasn't really until honestly, it wasn't until I played Paper Mario on the N64 on the emulator on Xbox that I was
That's still
I
so
got to
funny
the
that
prologue, right? The end of the prologue. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I got to the end of the prologue of that game, and I was like, wait, this is the game hasn't even started. Like, I didn't even know. I thought the game was gonna be over. I was like, okay, that's that's the entire game. I thought a game would last maybe like an hour or two, maybe 3 hours at most. I didn't realize you could have like a full, like, huge game. Like, I didn't know that.
I still find it
Right.
really funny that your
I
first
thought, okay, the
experience.
game's quick and done.
I still find it really funny that your first experience with Paper Mario was emulated on the Xbox.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was. It's like, I remember because what happened was on my Xbox, I was modded to play more games, and it was added with Super Nintendo, I think, and I think Game Boy, and NES. I think that was all I got on there. Or actually, maybe it was just NES and Game Boy. I think it was just those. And eventually, I added the emulators for the other consoles. So I got N64 and I got Super Nintendo. I think that's how it was. I could be wrong though, but I got N64 and I was going through all the games and I'm like, whoa, what's this Mario Party game? What's this
Paper
Smash Bros.
Mario.
Mario? What is this? I didn't know anything, right? So I was like, what's Paper Mario? That looks like an interesting thing. So I booted it up and I started playing and I'm like, this is interesting. And I was like, this is fun. You know, I'm like, oh, actually, maybe I probably didn't think, but I'm like, imagine, maybe I thought like, oh, maybe there's more fun games like this in the year of 2016. But I was my first time experiencing those games, and I was like, this is cool, right? Because I didn't really know anything at all. Because before that, I was really into like Lego. I was into a lot. I was into like a lot of physical things, right? I didn't really have. I had like a Samsung tablet that barely worked and a computer that barely worked. So those were kind of my experiences. I had a computer that could barely run Minecraft. So, and I had a Samsung tablet that could also barely run Minecraft. It actually works better than I thought. I used it not too long ago. It still works. But yeah, it wasn't really until I played Paper Mario that I was like, oh, this is like a long game. It's like a huge adventure. I was like, I didn't really know I didn't really know games could be like a lot larger in scope than I thought, because a lot of the games I'd played like disappointed me because they were like super short, like an hour or two at most.
Yeah.
Well, actually, one game I did play that was actually really long it was Ice Life for the Wii. I played that. I thought that was a pretty cool game. That's actually a fun game. I like that one. But Connor actually did say he remembers. He said, I remember Wipe on the Wii. My cousins have it, but didn't work. I don't know. I remember they played it on my grandma's house. It was so funny. Yeah, like it. Yeah, it was. Like that game. It was fun to play with people.
Yeah, they had that game at my church because there's a Wii there, and I played that on like some games on
like,
there.
These are everywhere. They're like community centers, or like facilities. Like they're just everywhere. Yeah. I think that's the thing. Like a lot of the good stuff, or the good games, people they look at, oh, okay, this is a cheap kind of game. Let's just give him this game to play. Right? That's kind of the games I did play. So I guess that's how it was, right? And I did play them. It's not like like Mario Galaxy, I didn't really play because I didn't know how to move on. So I didn't really ever go back to that for that reason. The game I did actually grind quite a bit though was Wii Music. So that was the one I did actually play a lot. But other than that, I didn't really get like a full, like, maybe if I played like something like Super Paper Mario, although I probably would have got stuck on that game.
Yeah, I got stuck on Super Paper Mario when I was a kid.
So maybe it's good that I didn't play that. But if I did play, for example, what's it called? If I did play something like maybe New Super Mario Bros., I think I would have probably enjoyed that.
If you played Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, man, it's like, hey, here's your first game. And then it's like...
Imagine how obsessed, imagine how even more obsessed you would be with Xenoblade if that was like your very first game and you actually liked it.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
That would, that's like
You would be
different
doing like
timeline.
Xenoblade challenge runs at this point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the game probably would have been too hard for me, though. I probably would have,
Yeah.
like, died over and over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, in terms of a lot of the games on the Wii, I guess I just didn't really have... I didn't even know, like, I remember looking when you load up a game, I was like, what's that mini small disc beside the big one? I didn't know what GameCube was. I didn't even know I had ports on the side of my Wii that were for GameCube controllers. I never knew that.
You never even
until,
opened
like,
the
later on
little
when
thing.
I didn't even know you could do that. I had no idea. So, yeah, like I wasn't really into everything, so I didn't really know too much. You know, I remember though I did really want the 3DS. I thought it was really cool. It's like, oh, the 3DS is 3D. That's amazing. Yeah, I did want that. And I also did. I remember seeing the Wii U at a friend's house, and I was like, that's really interesting that you could use it like with the two screens. I thought that idea was like magic. Like with YouTube, you could watch stuff.
Yeah.
That was like this high tech. It's crazy. So I remember that. But I do remember that like they said it was a different console though. I knew it was a different console because they said they got it because the Wii had an issue, so they got the system to replace it basically. So I didn't know it was different, but I think that's the thing. I didn't really know much. So it's kind of funny, right? Because now I know practically everything, but back then I didn't really know too much of it, right? So, although I will say though, actually before I did actually have quite a bit of experience with NES games though, I will say, in Super NES, because my uncle put on my really bad computer that could barely run anything, he put the emulators for NES and Super NES. And they had a bunch of games too on it, so I did play like Super Mario World, and
I played some.
I did play Mario 3, Mario 2, Mario 1. I was always like, why is Mario 2 so weird? I was thinking, I was like, what? Like, why is Mario 2 so different? Like, it didn't have
Before the
blocks.
internet told you a million times that, did you know that Super Mario Bros. 2 is a reskin of Doki Doki Panic?
Yeah, like I didn't, because like I knew something was off with that game. I was like, this isn't right. This isn't, like, why is Mario 1 and Mario 3 the similar games? Why is Mario 2 so different? Like, I didn't really understand. I was like, why is Mario 1, 3, and World, like, the same? And why is Mario 2 weird? I was like, oh, there's something off about this game. And so then, like, you know, later on, I was like, oh, I was like, I think I asked my uncle, I was like, why is Mario 2 so strange? And he's like, oh, you have to, like, there's the video on YouTube by the Game Historian, and I watched that, and I was like, oh, okay. Right, this is 2017. This is, like, right when, like, YouTubers were starting to come up with that content. People discovered that, oh my gosh, this is different, but... Yeah, I think it's interesting, right? And then later on, I before getting a Switch, I actually really wanted a Wii U. I really wanted one. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need a Wii U, because why get a Switch if I can just get a Wii U, mod it, and have all the games? I don't have to, like, get a Switch with Mario Kart 8 or Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I can have all those games just for free on like a modded Wii U. I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. You know, and then I wanted to buy a console fully modded and like done for me, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna have, like, who needs a Switch? I was kind of like a Switch hater. I was like a Wii glazer, and I was like, and now
You're like Nintending. You're like Nintending.
Yeah, I'm like, now I would like never say that in like a million years that the Wii U is superior. But I was like, oh, let me just get it because it's more worth. And maybe at that time it was, because you didn't have Mario Odyssey yet and stuff. But Breath of the Wild you could play on Wii U as well. So I was like, okay, I can just get that. But obviously, looking back, that would have been like, I mean, I obviously ended up getting a Wii U and modding it anyways. But I do think it's actually really funny that how things kind of played out, you know.
Yeah.
that like the Wii U is now significantly like worse. Because at that time, there was not a lot of stuff for Switch. But the game that changed my mind was Mario Odyssey. Because when I saw that game and I saw that like, I remember watching the news on like Halloween night, and it was like, oh, the game sold like 1 million copies in its first like week or something, right? Or was it first day? Like it sold really well, and I was like, that looks really fun to play it. So that way, that's when I wanted to get a Switch. That game changed my mind. You can see like a major game like that can make someone interested in buying a console. So I did find that interesting. I didn't really know anything about Zelda Breath of the Wild either. I thought it was gonna be like a Sony kind of game. You know what I mean? Like I had no clue what it was, so I thought it was gonna be some Sony adventure game or something like that. And then when I played it, it was really weird because I got the Great Plateau and I was like, oh, this is a pretty big map. That's a good game. I thought the game was just the Great Plateau. That's what I thought the game
Oh
was.
wow.
And then when it was like, oh, there's more to explore and the map opened up, I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean this is only like a small percent of the game?
You didn't even think that like
My
a
mind was
world that
blown
big was
away.
possible.
I didn't know it was even possible. I was like, this is impossible. There's no way this game is that big. Like, I know it was quite impressive at the time anyways, but I didn't even think a game could be that big. Because remember, like Minecraft, I think about like the Minecraft worlds that I used to play were only like on like Minecraft Pocket Edition, were only a
Yeah.
certain amount of size. You couldn't go that far beyond. You couldn't. I remember like playing in like a Minecraft world that was like 200 by 300 blocks. Do you remember playing in those worlds?
Oh yeah, I do. Because I got like Pocket Edition like I think around like 2013. So
Yeah, like I had like really like I had probably version 7.0 like when I first got it. It was like really basic. So I
yeah.
didn't even think a game that big was like possible. I never really played a game. So when I did play it, I was like, this game is huge, and I was like, this is impossible, not real. Um,
Mhm.
and that's kind of how I guess things went, right? I didn't really know. I guess now it's like games are bigger and larger in scope, and now they're a bit different, right? So
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now since I have like a couple of videos to work on. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching the stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Stay perky.
see ya.